All right, let's kick off some standard, huh? We got some more Temur Mutate here. This is a deck that we played one iteration of before. King of the Cosmos here, Apex of Wishes, was very, very impressive last time we played. Being able to high roll into Godzillas and Bio Quartzes was very good. This build today is trying a couple of different things that the last build was not trying. Notably, Baby Godzilla and Raptor are not in this deck, and they were impressive in the last build, but I wanted to try some different things. So this build is notably playing 7 1-mana creatures here, because we have 8 cards here that can mutate for 2 mana. So part of the idea with this build is we're able to play one of these on 1, and then mutate Sea-Dasher or Beast onto it on 2, and then start generating some card advantage with those. We got some Questersons here in the main deck as well. This is another card that's very reasonable to flip into off of King of the Cosmos. We're leveraging the Collector here as our companion, so our deck has to be entirely creatures. So that's why you'll notice in the sideboard we're all creatures over here as well. Yeah, Lovestruck Beast is an anti-aggro card. Let's go ahead and dive on into some ladder matches with this one and see how it goes. You'll notice here, I've got Temur Baby, which is Temur Mutate with Baby Godzilla. We cycled Yidaro 4 times in one game. Not in this deck, but in other decks, yeah. Yeah, I just like that you can't have the Godzilla art on the deck boxes, too. I actually tweeted about that last night. Hopefully they address that at some point. I'm sure it's just an oversight. This hand's great. It doesn't have a payoff in the hand, but we've got the Collector here on our side. Ready and rearing to go for turn 3. Yeah, it shows it in the deck building window and just doesn't retain it. So probably some kind of bug. The only bugs we want in Magic Arena is Mothra. Oh, I feel really bad. Closet Pan, are you still here? I totally missed your donation about 15 minutes ago. Hit Mythic with Yoron Thassin build while watching your stream. It's great to exile Conqueror's Death with Yoron. Yeah, we're going to do a little bit of that today. I think with this draw, I actually lead on this now. I think from a design perspective, Ikoria has knocked it out of the park. Feel like they did a really good job with that again. As far as how these cards and decks play out and what a standard look like, definitely much too early to tell with regards to that. Looks like some Temur Adventures. And honestly, I'm glad to be playing against Temur Adventures. You know, these knowing whether or not our brews can be competitive, we need to be playing them against the established good decks from last season, not just slamming them into other brews. So, like, when you play your brew against another brew on the ladder, it's fun, but in terms of, like, does your brew have long-term staying power, you really need to be playing it against the good decks from last season, because those decks are still good. Yep. There is a bug in Magic Arena that lets you break or lets you ignore the restriction of your companion post board. This is a bug. In order for you to have a companion post board, your deck still needs to meet the deck building requirement around it. So a lot of time lurking here, but I want to say I enjoy your more academic type evaluation of the game as opposed to others being more hype-based. Thanks, Supli. I am an academic, just as in case you're not familiar with my background. For people that might be newer to the channel, I have a master's degree in mathematics. Before I was a full-time streamer here on Twitch, I spent some time adjuncting, teaching math at a couple of the local colleges in my area. Had a teaching minor during my undergrad. Student taught high school for a semester, but decided I didn't want to teach high school. So went and got a master's degree. Yeah, companions are cards you can just put into your deck. In fact, companions like the collector and stuff like that, if a companion doesn't break its own requirement, you can have both the companion as your companion and in your deck to draw as well. Thanks for the heads up on the title. I've been missing that. I agree, Andrew. The fact that the menu offers you land for this feels like a miss. It's one of those things that, like, yeah, I agree. This is technically correct, but in reality, this should not be offered. All right. We are clear for takeoff. I repeat, Houston, we have liftoff. That's unfortunate. Well, fortunately, one of the things that's nice about King of the Cosmos, he does draw the card. So even though it's a little bit awkward that we hit the same card, it does just go to our hand instead of losing it, which is nice. We still generate card advantage. Hey, Kirill, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Oglandia. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at. And you can have sorceries in the sideboard. However, if you board them in, you cannot use your companion as a companion in the post-board games. There's a lot of confusion over the companion mechanic because it explicitly says starting deck. Starting deck does not refer to your deck at the start of a match. It refers to your starting deck is your deck at the start of each game. Flying plus reach is a combo. You're not wrong. This is actually great for us. So I think unless I draw another good mutate card here, I'm gonna put King of the Cosmos on King of the Cosmos and get to grab two things out of my deck here. Run! It's Godzilla! Go, go, Godzilla. Oh, no. They say he's got to go. Go, go, Godzilla. Do-do. Be-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. The mouse over overlay does not currently work well with the mutate stuff. They need to take the time to update that for however the log file outputs it. Remember, you can always type exclamation point in a card name in chat. The Stream Decker is available as well, has the current deck list easily available to you at home. How many times are we going to hear that this standard format? A lot. If you don't want to hear someone say run, it's Godzilla every time this floops into play, I'd recommend changing the channel. It's inevitable, chat. The message that Godzilla's coming is inevitable. He's coming for you. Yeah, if you're in client, you can do this and click view mutations and see what your friends are here. I'm not sure if they timed out there or just decided they didn't want to block. Could go either way. Servers have been having a lot of issues since the latest patch. Wouldn't be surprised if they disconnected. They saw what happened and walked away from the computer. Yeah, something like that. Comcast still the scariest end boss. Yep. Yeah, it looks like they're DC'd. That's unfortunate. I wanted to see how this game was going to play out. Yeah, I think they were supposed to trade Beanstalk Giant for Godzilla there. I concur. If they were here. Womp womp. So you have to wait for them to time out 3 times before they eventually explode. Oh, are they back? Are they back? Maybe they had to run to the restroom, or their doorbell rang, or their toddler knocked over their drink. This card seems absurd here, huh? Just being able to kill their artifact. Questing Beast actually doesn't seem particularly useful here, I don't think. I think he's going to be my trim. He doesn't attack well into their Lovestruck Beast or Bonecrusher Giants. I'm just going to make that swap. Seems good. During the Channel Fireball tournament, Amazonian's cat literally jumped onto her keyboard, conceded the game, and disconnected the internet. That's an impressive series of hits. I didn't lose. My cat disconnected and conceded me. Bonecrusher's interesting. Yeah, maybe Crusher for keeping Innkeeper at bay could be good. Just like be interactive for the purpose of killing their stuff. I can see that being fine. It doesn't seem unreasonable. Seems great. We get to go Sloth into land, into Octopus, start attacking potentially. If they play Clover on 2, we could go Sloth into Armored Killer, kill their thing. Please play a Lucky Clover. You love to see it, chat. You love to see it. Turn 2. Kill your Lucky Clover. Attack you with my 4/4. Not bad, chat. Not bad at all. Yes, Billy Boy. You can board into configurations for different companions. Yep, Pseudo Haste, also great. Have sloths ever been so scary? Asking the real questions. Why doesn't Grazer have Defender? I mean, have you looked at him? He's very angry. He is not a pacifist, chat. Peace was never an option for the Grazer. Grazer still does not have a borderless option. Probably one of the most played commons in Magic Arena right now. Still doesn't have a borderless option for some strange reason. Grazer's bloodthirsty because he doesn't have a borderless option. The Fires deck is really good, Marty. There's nothing wrong with enjoying a good deck. I think I'm just topping this. Tuesday Lonnie, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. To all of our new subs, anybody who's considering subscribing, if you're into Standard, you enjoy the idea of playing in a tournament, check out the Hoaglandia Open a week from today. We're going to be hosting that here on this channel. It's free to enter if you're a Twitch sub. Just got to be able to subscribe to the channel, then broadcast your matches to Discord. Got $500 in Cool Stuff Inc. store credit to put up as prizes for it. Gonna have a good time. The first historic one was excellent. Looking forward to doing these tournaments every month moving forward. Can you comment on the comparison of Mutate to Bestow for those that didn't play it? The big difference between Mutate and Bestow is that Bestow was just enchant creatures, so they were separate cards, whereas when you mutate, they all count as the same entity in terms of magic jargon. So like, if you killed a creature that had Bestow enchantments on it, the Bestow enchantments fell off and became creatures themselves. Yeah, I agree. I'm interested to see, so I do a subscriber survey every quarter, so I'm interested to see once we do a couple of these tournaments what the feedback looks like in terms of what people are subbing for, or like if the subs are enjoying it, etc. Could be a good thing for sub retention and generating some new subs for sure. Draw from a little bit different pool than I normally do. Some overlap too. Be interested to see if we like eventually start filling them over time. We only had 180 out of 256 for the first one. So I'll be interested to see if we get higher than that. Bestow saw some constructed play. Both Boon Satyr and there was the black enchantment that gave like flying, I believe. I want to put that one under. Is it filling up faster this time? I don't remember. Is there any reason to not join? If you're interested in playing a tournament, you should hop on in. I mean, it's not a small time commitment. Like, if you win the tournament, it's gonna like the last tournament went quickly in my opinion, and from start to finish it was just under 10 hours, I believe. So like, people have real lives and commitment still, even in the current climate in which we live, so it is not something that's for everyone, that's for sure. If you don't do well, it's a really quick tournament because the tournament is double elimination. So like, you know, if you have a bad run, you're not stuck there. You don't have the option to leave once you take your second loss. Yeah, and I was really happy with double elimination. Part of the reason why we did 11 rounds in under 10 hours was because of the double elim. Wait, oh, they can play a second land, right? They definitely want to hold up Borrower/Gust this turn, right? Really? Oh, opponent. Oh, opponent. Run! Run! It's Godzilla! You love to see it, chat. You love to see it. Two losses, you're out, Socio Penguin. Yeah, this hand's great. Again, a little bit light on gas in the actual hand, but the fact that we have Collector here in the companion area just waiting to go is great. I think I'm going to hold this and plan to likely cycle it, so I'm going to go ahead and put a shock land in here with Grazer. I think if we draw a blank next turn, we'll shock in a land and cycle the Triome. Free block. They're just attacking to gain a life. I'm going to go ahead and trade here. Is Sharknado or Cyclo Godzilla better in fires? I think Sharknado is actually. Sharknado is a very, very good card in general, just for reference. I think it's super powerful. Yeah, I agree, Elliot. So, like, if you watch the start of this video, I talked about how those were cards that I've considered. I actually have a second deck list in my deck editor that has some of those cards in it. We're just trying out different things. The big upside to Paradise Druid versus some of the other options is that Paradise Druid helps cast the Collector sooner. The 2/3 Red Raptor is also a card I've been impressed with. This felt very reasonable. Run! It's Godzilla! I think we're just playing defense for a second here. Bio Quartz, another sweet card. One thing to note on this card is that while we have to have Paradise Druid or Goose to cast it as just a regular creature, its mutate cost is only green-blue, so we generally are just mutating this card. Slide this under here. Under, please. Trigger. All right, not quite as good as the last one. Let's do this like taps to draw a card now. Look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it in the battlefield. Otherwise, put it in your hand. Yep. Taps to draw a card. And this thing, again, the key text on BioQuartz here is it can mutate from your graveyard. I think we might be about to see a March here, which would be real bad for us. Nope, no March. All right, that's really good for us. Should have played Grazer, huh? If I was just doing this. Yikes, are we dead? Not quite, but close. Should have played Grazer, yep. So again, if you're someone that's new and you're gonna make a card recommendation, rather than saying, Jeff, why don't you play this card? I'd prefer if you instead tell me why the card's good. Say, Jeff, this is a problem your deck has, and this is how you could aim to solve it by making this change. Ideally, also tell me what the card does in your text too, because I don't have all the text boxes of all these new cards memorized just yet. Especially when, like, a lot of these cards have two names. You sign up for the tournament on the MTG Melee page. Exclamation point next open in chat will always get you to sign up to the next open event. I'm going to be doing these every month. I think I'm just clicking submit. I think I'm pretty happy with how we're boarded. Maybe Armored Killer is good. They might have something like Conclave Tribunal postboard. Flourish is really awkward with Lovestruck Beast. You're not wrong. I think maybe this could be good. I'm just gonna run it back. When in doubt, if your deck's proactive, like our deck's proactive, just clicking submit tends to be good. Hey, Lieutenant Dan Ice Cream, thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. Get dashing on in here. It is kind of ninjutsu adjacent, isn't it? Octopus of Dark Hours.
Prepare for battle.
Squid Jitsu. The mutate mechanic has a lot of depth, I feel, that wasn't apparent at first glance. If they have a removal spell for the collector here, we're going to be under a lot of pressure. If they don't, we're in a pretty good spot. Yeah, the people that were assuming Mutate was just like bad enchant creatures, I feel like y'all were pretty off base in your assessment of this mechanic. The old post-combat exile thing. Untapped land. Yikes. Yikes. Woof. Whale poop. Well, Gideon doesn't really have anything good to exile at the moment, at least, so we've got that going for us. I'll bottom the land for now. Maricel, thanks for the 13 months. Welcome back. I appreciate that. No blocks. Alley-oop. And again, feels a little bit bad to hit the same one, but we get to decline and it goes to our hand at least. And then we can put this on the same one next turn and get 2 mutate triggers, which is great. They do have a good amount of pressure in play here. I feel like the octopus isn't doing a lot at this point. I'm gonna throw him away. I think I'd rather keep the extra goose in case I want to mutate onto a flyer at some point. You get 2 triggers here now. What is your quest? I seek the face. You get to slide this onto here. Double triggers. Looking for a Godzilla here. Above average turn, probably. I think I'm gonna kill their Gideon. But it's Godzilla on Goose Lethal, or doesn't it keep flying? So, you can't have 2 legendaries with the same name still. So whichever thing is on the top of your stack of things, that's the name they have still. So you can't have King of the Cosmos on top for multiple creatures. Oh, yeah, this doesn't mutate either. This has cycling, not mutate. This is lethal, right? I put this on here and I tuck it underneath and it gains flying. Right? So we need to go under. Houston, we are cleared for takeoff. I repeat, Houston, we are cleared for takeoff. Run! It's Godzilla! It's Godzilla! Run! Look at that nice scrollable text box. He's got some words, chat. Questing Beast would like to have some words with you. The bigliest, bestiest of words. Nothing but the best words. Fibblethip is very weary of this Questing Beast. He's not quite sure what's going on there. Looking forward to scrolling text box subbable. Yeah. It was such a nice, simple design before Mutate. Is tokens a thing? No. And again, this is something that needs to be hammered home for folks. Playing lots of different brews early in the set is definitely fun. It is not good testing on the ladder, though. A lot of the ladder is people playing their brews against other brews, and the ladder is not good tournament prep. All of the decks that were good last season are still good. And you should expect them to probably show up at tournaments still. This deck's seemed really powerful. Croaky's been playing this one. It's like Luris Aristocrats. Seems really, really strong. I'm gonna snap off this trade with the Dreadhorde Butcher here. In fact, we probably want 4 Bonecrusher in the sideboard of this deck for this matchup. Being able to kill Luris and Priest is both a big deal. I would believe that this archetype has a bad Fires matchup. Jeskai Fires really pushes around the Priest of the Forgotten Gods decks on average. In my experience. Whisper Squad. Search your library for a card named Whisper Squad and put it on the battlefield tapped. I've yet to see this card get activated. I believe that it does, but I've yet to see it. I think I'm supposed to bin the Doom Inevitable here. I don't think I can afford to take 3. Let's see Luris come down with the 3 mana here. Have to shock for this, but I think it's right to mutate this and get a random. If we high roll here, it's real good. It also just makes any other mutate card we draw good. God, it's just super dead now. Maybe it's right to put it underneath because of the possibility to hit another one of those. It's something we've talked about before too. Yeah, we're dead. Armored Killer sounds great for both Trample and the cheap body. Bonecrusher Giant sounds good. Doom Inevitable is probably an okay trim. Maybe Octopus is bad. Cheap Mutate's kind of nice, but we're bringing in a different Mutate that's kind of cheap. I think I want to get up to 4 Bonecrushers in my sideboard for this matchup. Oh, Klothys would be great here. Yeah, I should bring in the Klothys. That's a mistake. Thank you for pointing that out. 1000% want Klothys in my deck. It's very, very, very good card for this matchup, in fact. Definitely want more Bonecrusher still, but yeah, Klothys should be in my deck right now. Maybe I'm supposed to bottom this, actually. And keep the Cycle Godzilla to give myself the better chance at the 3rd land. I think I prefer the Raptor and Baby Godzilla. I think Questing Beast has been alright. I kind of find myself missing the Everquill Phoenix. That was a card that felt super reasonable. I don't know that Questing Beast is better than Everquill Phoenix. Goose has been kind of underwhelming. The downside to having things like Goose in your deck is that, like, it makes King of the Cosmos worse, too, which is relevant. It's our first time getting to Parcelbeast. Let's see if this can get anything going for us here. Bowser Koopa, thanks for the 30 months. So Saul, basically says pay 1 to get Risen Reef's trigger. Again, not having a way to kill Luris here being a really big deal. Rewarded. You love to see it, chat. You love to see it. I think that's right. I think in instances like this where like the 4-5 and the 6-6 are pretty comparable, it's correct to under a lot of the time. Like when you're putting it on another body like this, it's like already pretty large. Like the stat difference here on defense is pretty much the same. All right, let's get Klothys in our deck, huh? You don't technically miss because it goes to your hand, but it is less board presence. You're like giving up some guaranteed board presence for upside of other board presence. Yeah, you can mutate a legend onto itself. That's something we've done a couple of times. So you can like putting Cosmos onto Cosmos is something you do with some consistency, and then it gets 2 mutate triggers, which is great. I think I unfortunately have to mulligan this one too. All right, let's put a couple more Bonecrushers in our sideboard, huh? I think I'd rather just have those over Lovestruck Beasts. Yeah, this looks good. Needs another green source at some point, but we've got a cycler, so that's decent. Again, the key to becoming good at evaluating cards is stop asking yourself, is this effect good? And start asking yourself, is this effect necessary? Look at what your deck is currently doing, or what you think it will be able to do, and ask yourself the question, does this solve a problem that my deck is experiencing? Yes, you should not send me money for a deck until I send you an email back saying that the deck's been accepted. I did not respond to deck submissions yesterday. I didn't finish building decks for today's stream until almost 11 o'clock last night. It was a long day. I do plan to respond to deck submissions this evening. I probably should have shocked and played the Grazer out last turn. So they could cleave through this here, but I think that's fine. It's like really wanted to play our Mana Dorks out, I guess. Or they're Justice Striking to finish it and getting a Mana Dork. Sure, seems good. Alright, Questerson, get in there. The fact that when this mutate triggers get around things like Hushbringer is great too. This looks like garbage time. I don't know. We don't really know what's in their deck, right? They're playing a brew. I think it's safe to say we're ahead at the moment, but as far as like garbage time go, they can have things like sweepers. Hey, Thobble, thanks for 28 months. Welcome back. What? Grazer is evolving? Oh no, not my Arboreal Grazer trigger. How will he ever win the game now? He used Leaf Chew, it's super effective. I don't know if there aren't leaves on this stick, huh? It's more like stick chew. It's like another Justice Strike. Leaf chew is why there's no more leaves. All right, fair. Good. I appreciate you. Oh, Bonecrusher Giant, sure. Get crushed. Alright. And again, we don't have black mana to cast the front half. We're playing this for its mutate cost, which is just blue and green. Go ahead and pass for now. We've got the card advantage ending going with Parcelbeast. We're going to have Sea-Dasher Octopus, so definitely feels like we're in a position to be favored as this game goes long. Yikes. wonder if we'll see him fire up Mobilize District here or not. Run the no blocks here. Really looking for one of our big fatties at this point. Well, you know. Can't attack in with this because they'll activate the Mobilize District to block it. Goose here means that my next Sea-Dasher is going to have flying at least though, so we've got that going for us. Probably in range of chump blocking with the Paradise Druid at this point, I think. The way Mutate plays out in practice when you're actually using the cards and looking at it is very, very reasonable. That's unfortunate. Gonna get punished here for activating the beast on my turn, it looks like. Super punished. They get to fire up Mobilize District here too. Oh, they're electing to hold up first strike on Taijik. That makes sense. I think I'm just blocking here and going to 4. So my Goose is a set really online only. Well, the paper release got pushed back because of everything that's going on in the world. Yeah, the mouse over overlay does not currently work with. God, the top of their deck was really good. It's pretty unfortunate for us. They have enchantment removal. Armored Killer seems good. Octopus seems a little bit hard to connect with. Swap that. Yeah, we just drew 2 cards a turn for so many turns. Just like didn't find any gas, and they were just like had their 1 card and hit some runners. That's how it goes sometimes, right? Yeah, I think these hands without an accelerant just aren't keepable at 7. This hand's super great. This hand's like actually kind of the nuts, huh? We get to go. This'll be a good one for Parcelbeast. So we'll get to do this into Breeding Pool, and then turn 2 we'll get to mutate plus activate Parcelbeast. Seems real good. Because this isn't summoning 6, so we can start activating it right away. Don't lava coil me, bro. Okay. I guess I think we take those. I think yes, but also not sure. Yeah, I think we're okay with that. Especially with these draws. It took me an embarrassing long time to realize you couldn't mutate onto a human. Yep. Yep, that's accurate. To infinity and beyond. And again, even when you hit the second copy of your legendary, it just goes into your hand tier, so you get it for later. Alright, so they're dead to Godzilla, right? Run! It's Godzilla! Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Do I want Bonecrusher Giant on the draw here? I feel like there's a possibility I do. Trim the Doom Inevitable. This seems like enough top end. I like Doom Inevitable to high roll into, especially game 1. He's not Buzz Lightyear. Your son doesn't know who I am. He doesn't know my backstory, Tuber. Maybe I am Buzz Lightyear. I could be. I could grow up to be whatever I want to be. Yes, mutating over Questing Beast lets you put a second Questing Beast into play as well. Says the angry old man. I wanted to be so many things when I was growing up. Always wanted to be Buzz Lightyear. Let's have the Nuts Opener 2X. Pretty great. Would you like to cap him again? I'd be okay with you capping him again. Deal Areno. The old put yourself down a land after I put myself up a land. Banishing Light Me. Banishing Light Me. You know you want to. Do. Are you ready, chat? Bonecrusher's ready. How much do I have to send to have blue-black flash tacked on to the end of today? 5-0, tuber. I'll guarantee a fifth standard deck today for 5-0. I'm expecting Bonecrusher Giant here to finish off my collector. I think I'm in for another one of those at this point. Thanks for what you're doing out there, Doss. Alright, I'm gonna attack with this. I think when they don't trade here, I'm gonna go ahead and just stomp their face and then play my other Bonecrusher out here. Just kind of take the offensive in this game. This can basically be a 4/4 trampler with haste with the Grazer, so we can just like be a little bit more aggressive than they're expecting out of mostly nowhere. Sick. You love to see it, chat. No blocks. Go to 10. What? Grazer is evolving. Just like we drew it up. So waiting on a King of the Cosmos here. Some other big play. We're a little bit ahead at the moment, but not a ton. They've got the Bonecrusher Giant here to match one of ours. They've got 2 cards left over plus these castles, so I think pretty close to even. Next big draw for either player. Probably going to tip the game in their favor. That's not very good. I'm going to go ahead and eat one of these food while I have the mana spare, just to get my life total up. It's not a particularly useful resource here, so might as well cash it in, yeah. Feels bad, man. So, do I just continue to pressure them here? Yeah, I mean, they're forced to block, right? So they'll trade, they'll go to 3, and then this puts them into Questing Beast range, or like a single 6/6, which is nice. Yeah, the server lag's been real bad with this patch. And that's kind of to be expected around release time. Hey, Tuber, thanks for the big tip. That blue-black flash tacked onto the end today sounds good. And as always, what I said at the start of the stream still stands. If we finish blue-black flash later today and we're still above 2,000 viewers, thanks all 2,100 of you for being here. Now, we're going to do another deck after blue-black flash. The top of their deck's been much better than ours in this game, 1 and 3. Yep. Feels dead, man. We've like one more draw step here. We can hit like King of the Cosmos or hit King of the Cosmos or Questing Beast to be okay. But probably dead here. Alright, hey, Bonecrusher's a lethal draw now. They gave us 2 more lethal draws. Questing Beast is no longer lethal, though. Not dead on board, I don't believe. Right, am I? This is for... Might be, I don't know. We'll see what happens when they attack. Tabrium Sand, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Oglandia. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at. Do you have a deck list? Yeah, you can always find the current deck we're playing by typing !deck in chat. If you're a non-sub and you're interested in the current deck list, you can grab the deck list by clicking the decks button in the stream information, or by accessing the Stream Decker widget that always has the current deck list that we're playing updated on it. We're exactly dead, right? We can go block. Actually, we're not exactly dead. We can go block, and go to 1. So we have to lose both our cards, but Questing Beast and Bonecrusher Giant are both lethal next turn, so that's nice. Well, feel like we played to our outs appropriately there. Razor close game, even with all the flooding that we did there at the end. Tough loss, not a whole lot to do about that. Let's try one more with this, and then we can kind of talk about the different choices in here and kind of compare and contrast a little bit. The Temur Mutate list that we played yesterday to start, or 2 days ago? 2 days ago, right? Thursday was 2 days ago. Island should be banned in Magic, something like that. Something like that. Yeah, sounds great. Grazer into Beast has been sweet. I feel like I miss some of the card selection that Baby Godzilla provides, though. Being able to draw discard felt really good. The Everquill Phoenix also technically provides a little bit of card advantage, since it can return itself back to play. Hey, Petron, thanks for 13 months. Welcome, welcome. So we'll go Green Source, Grazer, other Shockland on 1 here. Having a little bit of card selection is good. We actually have an okay amount of card advantage, right? Like we have Beast, we have Dasher, and we have King of the Cosmos. We just like only saw one of those 3 cards in that last game where we kind of flooded out and died. Yeah, I don't really like look back. Like, you know, we often look back on games where like, oh, we messed this up at key points. I don't really feel like I look back on that game and think I messed it up at any key point. Yeah, turn two Parcelbeast. Sounds real good. He's got the package, chat. He's ready to deliver. He's ready to deliver the goods. What was it? I had a DM waiting for me yesterday from someone that assured me that I was playing against a computer and that the game was rigged against me and there was no way we could win. It wasn't our fault. I was like, man, you people are strange. No, I don't think that something like Season of Growth is worth giving up the companion. I think I'm going to take it slow here and just generate as many cards as I can with this Parcelbeast. MTG is rigged. No wonder I lose so many FNMs, right? The truth is out there, sheeple. Wake up. Hey, Chase, thanks for the 14 months. Welcome back. Somebody brave enough to tell us the truth. Yep. This actually puts the land into play untapped, right? So if we hit, we can cycle the Godzilla here too. If it's a land, you may put it onto the battlefield. Yeah, take action, pay 2. Yeah, you'd love to see it. Alright. I think I'm just cycling Doom Boy here. I think. Yeah, if you hit the land, it's basically a free activation. It is accurate. I'm gonna be a little conservative with how I pace my plays out here, just getting as much value as possible out of Beast. Looks like they're playing Jeskai control, so I'm expecting Shatter the Sky out of them. So just want to extract as much value for every one of my individual cards as possible, so they get minimal value out of their sweeper. So like this Beast drew what, like 3 or 4 cards, and then like the Shatter draws us another card here, so like really not that big of a deal. What is your quest? I seek the face. Mothra plus double Gyruda is infinite mill. Sure. Yeah, sure. That sounds right. Questing Beast definitely looking stellar here against the control deck, huh? Definitely a matchup where it shines. I've missed Everquill Phoenix in other places, but when we need to be the beatdown, Questing Beast is really good at being the beatdown. Oh yeah, that's true. It only hits cards. Yeah, never mind. They did template that card kind of okay. They did template that card kind of okay. Run! It's Godzilla! Run! Alright, so Klothys sounds great here against the control deck. Shifting Ceratops sounds great against the control deck. Beast was great. I think I'm going to just cut Paradise Druid here. I think I just want less things that are just mana in my deck and more things that generate action and kill them. Like all of these spells seem super reasonable, right? Yeah, so it's not infinite though, right? You don't get to keep looping them because Gyruda only resurrects something that it just milled over. We're on 27 lands, right? Yeah, I'm not gonna land on the draw. Sure. I'm not dropping any frames, right? Yeah, this is just server lag. Do y'all still see me? Y'all still see me, right? I didn't drop anything there. My connection is stable. My connection claims to be stable. Yep. Just client lag. Shark Typhoon. Yep. This card's so good. If you're a fan of Magic's historic format on Arena and you didn't catch the Jeskai control deck we started with today, it was a very good set. Both Shark Typhoon and the Jeskai Ultimatum were fantastic.
Trust me. You'll thank me later. Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Flash Shark is on the daily deals? I know, I already bought him. Way ahead of ya. Howmph! This card's so good against Ephraim. Gyruda Cannon was awesome.
I've got time.
Just we had a turn We had a turn 1 kill with the Legacy deck after we mulliganed to 3. Legacy. Legacy got a whole lot sillier with this latest set, chat. Whole lot sillier. Yeah, we played Gyruda Cannon in Legacy.
It was nothing.
Run! It's Godzilla! Da-da-da-da. Crunch. The Legacy set will be up on YouTube tonight when everything gets posted from today. Scale of 1 to dead. What are we working with here? What are we thinking? It is inevitable. Brazen Borrower. That's not a card these Jeskai decks have played a ton of. Could be Aether Gust. Could be a sweeper. Could be another Conqueror's Death. Sacco, thanks for the 3rd of a year. Welcome back. 8/8s with haste end the game relatively quickly. Turns out. So I'm short the land to play this. So I only had 6. We cast it off the Goose last time.
That's more like it.
You know how many times I've Luca'd my 1-drop twice just to find out Godzilla is in fact legendary. Yikes! There's not a land in the mid. That's what I was checking when I played this. Wait, did they just concede? Do they not realize they don't have enough mana? I think they missed the fact that I was short a land there. That worked out pretty well. Alright, so thoughts on this. One, I really like this core. I think this core is excellent. I'm excited to play more with it. As far as the details in this list, this was kind of different from the last configuration we played. I don't know that I was a fan of it. I feel like while Beast was okay in some spots, it wasn't quite... This card's not quite aggressive enough for what this deck wants to be, I think. So, for comparison, I have this other Temur Mutate variation. We played something close to this on stream the other day. And I think I prefer this, having the Everquill Phoenix here as additional flying threat, having both of these that can be a little bit aggressive here while still accelerating us felt really good. Baby Godzilla, while it doesn't strictly draw cards, it does provide selection by drawing and discarding, so it's similar to Parcelbeast, and that lets us churn through our deck and find what we're looking for. We've not tried Shore Shark yet. This was a card we tried in blue-red, and it felt okay there, and I'm interested in trying it in the Temur build. So I think next time Temur Mutate makes its way up to the top of the queue, we're going to give this 75 this a try. I don't have Questing Beast in my sideboard right now, and I think that's a mistake. So the games that we played with that other deck make me think, well, I don't necessarily want Questing Beast guaranteed game 1. I think I do want it in that matchup. And actually, I wonder Something else to consider too, I don't know that this card is good in this deck. Like, after playing it there, like, it was okay there at the end, or maybe playing less than 4 of this card is right. Having fewer double legendaries to hit when we're doing this seems appealing. Is it crazy to say maybe I want to split this? Maybe I want to split this with Questing Beast in the main deck? Like, I feel like maybe this is where I want to end up at. This seems pretty reasonable. Curves nice and pretty packed down tight too this way. Kind of like it. And then I definitely want 4 Bonecrusher in the sideboard. I think I put the 3rd Questerson in there. I think I like try this. So we'll try this next time Temur Mutate makes its way to the top of the queue. All right, so we're done with Temur Mutate for the day, but we've got a ton of more sweet decks coming up today, all standard from here on out for the rest of the stream today. Coming up next, we've got some blue-red card draw featuring Thing in the Nice, some Rail, and then some more Godzilla Doom Inevitable. This deck should be really good at cycling this card into play. I'm going to hit a quick ad break while I get my client restarted and get all my deck list stuff flipped over. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere.